to examine your net worth. Here's the text. 1 Corinthians 11:28. It says this, a man, and I add woman, ought to examine themselves. A man, and I add woman in the text, it says ought to examine themselves. What's going on in the text? Here it is in 1 Corinthians 11:28, and Paul is talking to the church at Corinth. They're having such an issue, such infighting, because everybody is looking at themselves and saying, and comparing themselves to others and saying, hey, my gifts don't measure up. Your gift seems to be the better gift. I want your gift, and I'm not really too interested in the gift that I have. So Paul lays out this whole litany and list of gifts, and he says, look, there are plenty of gifts to go around in the body of Christ. Check out yourself, examine yourself. Three things I want you to do as a result of what this text is saying. That is, the first thing is you ought to examine yourself and see that you are gifted. The church, the members of the church in Corinth, they looked at themselves and did not see the gifts that God had given them. They were busy looking at everybody else's gifts because they didn't have the gift of speaking in tongue. They didn't have the gift of interpretation. They didn't have the gift of prophecy. They were dissing the gift that they did have of health, of leadership, of administration. They were dissing the gifts of hope and love that they have. They were dissing those, and I found that's exactly what we do. That's exactly what we do. We are always comparing ourselves to others and not realizing our own spiritual net worth. Here's the second thing. You do have it going on. If you examine your network, you will realize that you got it going on. You are glamorous. You are good looking. You are bad. You do have it going on. Quit thinking that you do not have it going on. You got it going on. Look in the mirror for real. Stop looking in the mirror and seeing other people. Look in the mirror and see the wonderful works of God that has made you. Check that out. That's a spiritual network. That's a glam network. That is, you know what? I do have gifts. Here is the third thing I really need you to get in order to examine your spiritual network. You got to see the Tiffany class, not the broken glass. You need to see the Tiffany class in you and not the broken glass in you. Let me help you. You know what? Let me share this story with you. When I was coming up in the church and young, gave my life to Christ at age 12, I had a best friend. He was actually my best friend, my best man. I mean, he led me to Christ, Stephen Bradley, powerful pastor in Wilmington, North Carolina. He and I are still close to this day, still my bestie to this day. Well, when we were coming up, when we would go to all of the youth conventions and everything, Stephen, transparency, you know what? I'm warning you, I'm about to share with you. I always thought that Stephen looked better than me. I always thought that he looked better than me. It just looked like all the girls that we were trying to talk to in the youth convention would always want to talk to him first. They they come to me, I was like a leftover. You know what? You know. So have you ever felt like that? Well, I felt like that. Well, I realized that in this story of Tiffany Glass, you know, everybody wants that little blue bag, that little blue box, Tiffany. Well, Tiffany got its class from the fact that the owner of Tiffany Glass came from where we make stained glass. The stained glass comes from broken glass placed together so well, so beautiful, and so ornamental that it brings great look and great transparency as the light casts through it. You need to understand something, and I got it myself. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. I got Tiffany class out of my broken glass. And the same thing with you. When you examine your net worth spiritually, when you examine your net worth of gifts, when you examine your net worth, period, you have to understand I am made from scratch, from the hand of the master, and there is no Xerox copy here. I am proud of it. What's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this: there's more to you than meets the eye. There is more to you than meets the eye. So you need to say that all throughout the day. There's more to me than meets the eye. Is that not right? Chat it in the area. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. And we're just going to continue talking about this piece right here. Share the manna. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't be greedy. Give it to somebody else. God bless you.